My injuries were caused in Iraq, Southern Basra, 2006, Christmas time. I was shot in the face by a sniper on a rescue mission. I got the 6 guys out alive, but obviously I lost my left eye, all but 10% in my right eye, and you can see all the facial damage that was caused as well. The compensation for me has been quite good financially. It set me up. The money was used in a way that helped me out. Bought a house, I've done the house up, I've had assistance from family and friends, I've had advice, and also I've had the help of St Dunstan's, which is for me, luckily with the blindness, St Dunstan's have helped me out in a lot of ways that has saved me money and made me sort of okay. But financially wise, I can't make too many complaints at what I have received. It's complicated. There's things that need to be addressed. There's things that are getting done right. It's not a complete failure of a system by any means, but there are people that it's too structured, it's too direct. There are people, with complicated serious injuries that don't get what is due to them or what they require to deal with those injuries because of where it's sort of situated in the scale. In any firm, you look at redundancy payouts. If you've been there a long time, you lose your job, you do all right. If you've not been there a long time, you can suffer. I'm not saying I agree with that, but what I'm saying is people have to look. They have to run similar to civilian life as well. It's unfair, but it's the nature of business, I'm afraid. Well, the problem with those people is not just a case of compensation. It's lifetime care that they require. A lot of them are lucky enough to have a family that look after them and things like that. But again, the sad fact is that that family's not going to be there forever, and there needs to be something in place for those people to be cared for later in life. They can't be injured in that way, given the money and left to the devices. There needs to be some long-term care put in place for things like mental injuries. You can't expect them to look after themselves forever, because unfortunately what's happened to them means that they can't. Or the things I'd like to see happen is I'd like there to be a change in the rules as to how many claims you can make. A lot of these young guys who are getting hurt with IEDs and bombs are getting more than three serious injuries, and you can only claim up to 3 times. So it'd be nice if they extended that. I'd like to see a little bit more leeway in the system itself. There's 15 levels between an ingrowing toenail and loss of all limbs, blindness, deafness, and brain damage. And I think 15 levels between there is far too. It's not lenient enough. It's far too strict, and it groups things together that maybe there's a lot of difference with. It's not a lottery win. It is this money. It has a purpose. It needs to be used for certain things. It's not like you put pounds on at weekend and come up trumps. These guys that lose legs have got to, if they've got a house, they've got to sell. They've got to move to a bungalow. They need specialist bathrooms, specialist kitchens. They need wheelchair access around the house. I've had to make adaptations to my house to cope with the blindness. These are things that money's there to do. That it's not sat in the bank making lots of money for him. It's spent on things that they need to look after people forever. And in Civvy Street, if you get hurt at work, you get your compensation payout. I forgot about, but you got to remember how these guys have got hurt. How these men and women have been hurt. It's not. They deserve a little bit of aftercare, I think.